So welcome back to the action here in Hamburg. The Rugby Europe Championship 2025, second leg, deciding leg, and this is the grand final of the women's competition featuring Great Britain and Poland. The teams take to the field and we'll have the national anthems on both sides before we get underway with the action. Once again it's me, Ian Dawson, and on my right hand side, Robert Amelon will be getting his expert opinions on the proceedings as they happen. Robert, how are you doing? You enjoying the event today? Ready for this one?
Mate, the event has been great, the whole day has been great. It's been the best day so far in terms of quality of match. There's been a lot of tense games, a lot of great actions, a lot of very, very heartbreaking scenes for a lot of teams. And now we're finally into the final stages with these two teams lining up. They had great performances throughout the tournament. And I think we're going to start with the anthems right now.
Und damit gehen wir rein ins Finale.
So the players are ready, the fans are ready too, the national anthems have been sung. All the formal parts of the ceremony have been taken care of. There's just 14 minutes of rugby separating us from the winners of the second leg of Rugby Europe Sevens Championship 2025. So, here we go.
Just to get this off my chest before we kick things off and focus on the teams. It's very cool as a German to see Maria Latos be in charge of this final. She's a referee in the German Bundesliga as well for the men's and the women's competition. And she's the German that actually goes places in Germany for German rugby. She's very high up. She's been a referee at Olympia as well. So it's cool to see her take charge of this final here in Germany. Outside of that, I just want to say both teams showing great vibes when they run onto the field. Heaps of smiles on faces. This looks like it's going to be a fun game.
Yeah, and we're underway with the kickoff from Poland, playing from left to right in the red kit. Great Britain playing in their usual white, blue and red kit, playing from right to left. And we're underway with Bonner. Out to the wide left, a strong handoff for Schilliker, getting the offload, keeping the ball in field. Emma Wren, unfortunately unable to gather that one, so Poland will have their first possession of the game. There's a big handoff in the break. Dragged down eventually. And Poland are back underway with the grubber kick. Showing some vision there. Pamieta for the finish. I think she did get the grounding. We'll just need to wait till the assistant referee and the referee have their little moment. And it is a try. So Pamieta, she's been dangerous all weekend, and she gets a try here in the final.
Yeah, every touch in the lead up to this, more brilliant. It all started with them getting the turnover off the knock-on, and then Badachka with that little half break through the gap that got them to go forward, to go back to the short side, and then the grubber kick through to Pamięta, who's so quick, so dangerous, regathering and scoring the try.
For sure, great skills on show all through this Polish team. So once more Poland to kick off. Another high one in the sun. Well taken by Great Britain. But the counter comes on well here for Poland. They look to have won this one.
No white.
And they have. They've regained possession on the halfway line. Pamięta again. She's very focused now. Beating one. Going down. And they distribute again. Little unders line there, but well lined up by Emurin. Bardaska again powering up the middle, sucking in defenders. Once again, going group one, just keeping the ball in the middle of the pitch. Options on both sides. Now they do go wide.
We know her so well. It's good to see again, something we pointed out in the semi-final. This Polish team is so patient. It always knows what to pick their moments to attack, and if it's not on, they just carry it in and work on the floor, work to get those post-contact meters until support's there to not lose it. And once it is on, like it was last time with that kick, they pound on it.
And again, that patient build-up, like you said, Robert. Here they come. Oh, that's a little error. Has it gone forward? It has indeed. So good patient defence as well from Great Britain, and they'll have an opportunity to relieve the pressure now.
Yeah, that is unfortunate, especially when you have a game plan like Poland have, which is built on that patience. You can't afford to make mistakes like that, because that gets you out of your own rhythm, and it gives Great Britain, who have great individual players, an opportunity to attack from deep.
Indeed they do. A couple of them.
Coach!
Danica Bonner, Georgie Lingham.
Bind!
The Shilika, number 8. A lot of threats in this team. But that is great pressure from Poland, and they come up with the ball again in the 22.
It's over!
Playing the scissors play, just making sure they straighten it up. Don't get isolated. That's good presence of mind from Britain to hold her up in the tackle, and they will be rewarded with ball at the scrum. Good tackle decisions there, recognising the situation from the British defence.
Yes.
Here we see it, one goes low, the other one going high. Before she can get the opportunity to go to the ground, they just hold her up and manhandling her.
Yeah, that is something. I have to go back to that quote. That really inspired me. When I talked to one of the British girls earlier, she said, we just back our own talent. We just let them do what they do. And this is part of this. It's not only them being fancy in the offense, it's also these kind of things. To be able to hold a player up like that's winning the turnover through this defense. This is also a part of big talent they have in the squad.
And that is Lingham with one of her first involvements in this game. Expect more of her as the game progresses. Emurin, who's booked the ball, backing the pace of Bonner. But Poland do regather. Emurin with the secondary hit, but she breaks free. Krzyziak powering down the line, getting the fend on, keeping the ball in play just about. And they recycle. Will they spin it wide straight away? That's Pamięta again. We know what she can do, and she beats another defender. Draws and passes, releasing Sajnuk on the try.
Yeah, that was a great combination. Pamięta, she's so dangerous, isn't she? Look at that, getting the ball at first, she's even taking it to the line. That little inside step taken on the defender, and then with the covering defense coming at her, she can just give the easy pop to Sajnuk, who's such a good finisher. We've seen that all tournament as well.
Yeah, real classy outfit, the Polish. I've spoken a lot about their athletic abilities, but they just seem to be a complete team right now, in a fine vein of form. and going from strength to strength. There were some people didn't expect them to reach the final. I said, watch out, they might just do it this weekend.
Time
I
is
called
off.
it. But they did it.
Not only did they do that, so far they are the better team in this final by far. They have a dominating performance. Great Britain do well on parts to keep them out, they defend well, but they struggle to get an attack going once they have the ball. And Poland once again so patient with ball in hand, knowing when to pick their moments, and as soon as they get started, they score.
Yeah,
Time is back
absolutely,
on.
and this kickoff is going to be crucial. This is a set piece that Britain must deal with if they want to get back into the game. And they do. Rising is Schilliker, making a half break. And they recycle quickly. Bonner distributing nicely. Emma again. Good width on the game. They've gone from touchline to touchline. And they're looking for an edge. Not making all that much progress at this point. But they will manipulate the defence first, and then they'll look for the gaps. Like you said, they back their own talent, back their own ability, back their own strength. But Poland again, that's a big moment in this game. 10 seconds left to play in this half, and that will mean that Poland will go
They didn't want to play quick, but next time.
In the lead with things under control.
Yeah, Maria Lauter's having to work with Annika Bonner there for throwing the ball away after she blew the whistle. She's not happy about that. You can
Options,
see
please.
the frustration in Great Britain coming in. That's not what they expected, I think. I think they thought they could get more out of this, and so far they've been under the pump, not being able to get an attack going.
And Poland going for the line-out option. They want another try before this half is done.
And that's a big step.
Time is off.
They could just kick the ball to touch. They have to lead, but they want more.
77, substitution, white. 77, substitution.
And just a last-ditch change in the British backline. We see number
Time is back on.
6. That's Rosie Inman taking the field of play. So fresh legs in defence for this set. That could be important. And it's a good line-up. Henrietta on the wraparound. Oh, that's a lovely set play. One player coming on the crash. And she had acres of space in front. It just opened up.
That was brilliant. I did not see Henrietta coming there, did you? Because in my opinion, I thought they would go and wide, and all of a sudden Henrietta had the ball out of nowhere. She hit so well behind that set of forwards, coming in late on that line, and then she gets that little pass. She's so quick. We know how good of a finisher she is once she has that pace.
Yeah, that's a pattern that we see a lot in the 15s game at the moment as well. The crash line, the full pass. And Poland really bringing it into the sevens match, this final here in Hamburg to great effect. Absolutely beautiful play. And they are well worth their 17 point lead at half-time. It's still early days, they missed a couple of kicks, which they could lift.
Nie będę tak jak tam był dobry krzyk, banan w danym momencie, kiedy pilnujecie w obronie. Układa się nam dziewczyny. Oddychamy spokojnie, nie kombinujemy za dużo.
Tak jest, nic nie kombinujemy. Jeżeli jest karny, to gramy albo bat, albo młyn. Tak, tak.
Spokojnie, Malinka. Wszystko zależy w tym momencie
Tak
gry jest i meczu. Na razie Krycha
One
brawo.
są bardzo zestresowane, boją się nas to czuć, dziewczyny.
Panic. Let's hold this ball. Hold it. Just through those carries, girls, you really got to believe you're going to break them tackles. You got to carry through. Carry through them. Nice quick rucks. We play 3 phases. We're sweet. Oh, good. No panic. Let's go again. Let's go.
Breath on 2. 1, 2.
So the message from Team GB is we must break some tackles, we must keep going, don't panic, stay cool and go again. Here we see that first try through the grubber kick. The pressure on Team GB resulting in another one. And Pabietta has been involved with almost everything that's been going well for them today.
You said it earlier today, never underestimate that Polish team. I agree with you, but same goes for that GB team. Never underestimate them. This is a tiny margin still. It's 7 minutes to go for Great Britain, and we know how quickly they score tries in sevens. And that French team is a team very capable of scoring tries. So let's be excited for this second half. This game is not over yet.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree more. If Poland can score 17 points in 7 minutes, Team GB can as well. This is finals rugby and anything can happen. Great Britain kicking well. And it does come back to the other side. Georgie Lingham with a little stutter step. And Pamietta just dominating the hit. Georgie Lingham isn't used to feeling that. Coming round the corner and straightening things up well is Great Britain on the attack. Inman. Keeping the ball well under pressure here. Inman again, distributing. Ren. Laughing with the pass out to the outside to Schilliker. Schilliker with the pen. That's a breaking tackles the coach wanted to see. And Schilliker has listened and she's executed. That's the first try for Great Britain in less than a minute of the second half.
And we have talked a lot about momentum swings over the last couple of days. And this could be one of those. This is a very early try for GB coming from them, executing back in their tail, and it's a backhander. It's another ball over the top of the draw to two defenders, and then the pace to finish it off. It's coming from 3 great individual actions linked together. Some great set play. And now they get their try. Let's see if they can pound on that off ball and come back.
And the kick is a good one, I thought it was. So, kick off, unfortunately not on there. Poland have possession. Being pushed towards the touchline, but they managed to keep it in field. And coming from deep with the kick. Great Britain able to gather. Grace White running forward, passing to Bonner. Oh, there's an opportunity out the left if they can get the ball to Inman. Schilliker supporting as well. Bonner going, Bonner out of the way, and she's been on fire this weekend. I'm delighted to see her get her on side. She's created so many.
Yeah, it's good to see her take over. I think she's been 3 or 4 defenders in there. Then Zeichler takes some of her own medicine with that inside step and a good power as well. After she meets that last defender that actually gets the hands on her legs, and she just has the power to keep them up and skip out of that tackle and finishes it off.
Yeah, and really interesting, at half-time, the Team GB coach was saying we need to break some tackles. I was thinking, well, not doing that, they know that anyway, they've been trying it for 7 minutes. But clearly he knows his players, he said the right things, they reacted to it, and that's what you want to do as a coach. You want to create a reaction from your squad, from your players, and GB right back in this, 17 points to 12.
I think the main part, what he told them, was to keep the ball. Because so far, GB, they had looked to play a lot and they were taking risks. And now, when they weren't sure, they just backed the pace to go themselves. I think that's the big difference here, that they were able to keep the ball and they had better ball attention.
Okay,
and that's what gave the opportunities for them to then break the tackles.
So, and again, Poland deploying the kick over the top, back to their pace, back to their athletic ability, and their skill set, and as well, they're stretching their lead. That's 22 points to 12 now. Conversion still to come.
And once again, it's that woman, Ilona Zeichler. She's been brilliant all tournament. She always has a smile on her face. She's so happy. And made the way to chase that kick. She is so quick. Look at her overtaking Julia Druzugana. I'm sorry. Look at her overtaking her. And then with an easy finish, she's so good at diving on the ball, reading the bounce just right to get that counting good.
So here we will see the conversion attempt from wide on the right-hand side, and that just drifts wide, so it stays a 10-point advantage for Poland. Team GB requiring 2 scores, and depending on how the kicks would be, will have an influence on whether they could lead. So, first of all, secure the ball. Georgie Lingham does so.
This game has opened up, which is great for us as spectators. 2 teams now showing great actions, being very capable with ball in hand and without ball in hand. It's great game rugby now by both sides. It's cool to see GB find the rhythm as well, so now we have an actual really competition on our hands.
Yeah, it's great to see the passes are working there. The ball is sticking to the hands. GB seem to have confidence back. This is definitely worthy of a final. On down the line, it's Laughlin. Oh, an injury here. No, she's not injured, she's just tired. Maybe some changes needed here. Laughlin taking a long time to get back up on the feet. That's always a signal for the coaches that the players' fitness level isn't dropping dramatically when they take longer to get back up after involvement.
Yeah, at the same time, look at that. Madaska straight over the ball as soon as it's there. She gets it good, and then they force the mistake once again. It's GB again, a bit ill-disciplined there with a knock on the floor. But Madaska, she's so good. She played a great final so far. She's so good at those little unseen things.
Thank you.
She gets players around her into action. She put the little drummer in as well earlier. She's really, really good in those behind-the-scenes actions.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think we are seeing some changes here. If I'm not mistaken, Shilika has left the field and Holly Thorpe is on the wing. So Team GB wanting to introduce some pace to the proceedings. And Poland come. Pamieta put the ball once more. Pamieta chasing. Unable to gather on this occasion. And that is the new girl, that is Thorpe.
No clear release.
Being awarded to Great Britain. In man to tap. Oh, the hand has touched that, unfortunately. If she'd let it fall and she could have picked it up again. But she's touched it with her hand, gone forward, and that is a coach killer.
She's going to be so disappointed about that. That's tough. Because that ball, that would have been a good opportunity. She was quick. The Polish defense wasn't back 10 yet, so they could have attacked from that. But unfortunately, she just lets that concentration slip for a second. Drops to go forward. And again, Poland is in a good position to attack.
Yeah, really frustrating. And then when things like that start going wrong, little destructive thoughts will creep in. Is this our day or is this not our day? So Poland playing well once more. Good pressure from, I think that's
not from the side, right?
No! In there, making real nuisance of herself.
Now Poland will take their time. Here's 30 seconds to go. They have a 10-point advantage, but this game is pretty much gone.
Time
They'll
is
be
off.
looking to keep the ball here. They're probably, oh no, it looks like they're going for touch.
Time is back on.
So they have the risk of taking a line out, but still, even if GB win the ball back, there's no way they score 2 tries in time. So this will be the game probably.
Yeah, Poland know they've won it now. They want to go out with a bang, I'm sure. They'll want to run in one more.
1 and 4, white
As we
substitution.
see,
1 and 4.
5 and number 14 of Great Britain. That's Ellie Tromans and Byrony King taking the field.
Time back on.
Is still the champion of Europe. And that's in the second place. It was enough for them to win the series. So they'll be happy at the end of the day as well. But this day belongs to Poland. They've been so good this final, and they very much deserve the victory of this tournament.
Yeah, and that's a good point you make, that they won the series despite the loss in the final, and it might have been an influence on them, you know. It's if Poland had a little bit more to play for, you know, if you know you're winning the cup anyway, maybe just finding it a little bit difficult to get that extra 1 or 2% out of the players. So Poland soaking up the feeling here. This is why they compete for days like this. The sun is shining, they're about to get some silverware in their hands. And I'm seeing the referee and the assistant referees getting a photo as well. They're proud of their involvement. It's just a great atmosphere in Hamburg. Smiles on everyone's faces, except some of the British camp who are frustrated in the moment.